Welcome guys back. This is going to be the new What If series, which is going to be what if Naruto was neglected by his own family and had the godly powers, or hashtag God Chakra. So let's get continuing this story. So in this story, I'm just gonna say that Kaguya and Ishiki had a kid, but in this one, Ishiki wanted to protect the earth. He's not a bad Otsutsuki, he wanted to protect the earth. But someone stole his good side. I'm just gonna say that there's a way to erase a person's good side. And so Ishiki became a very evil person and forgotten that he even had a son. And the son's chakra lied within Kaguya but never awoken for some reason. And when she had, kids with the human being, and and she had, two sons, when Haguruma and everything, it goes the same. But before she gets sealed, Black Zetsu escapes and Naruto, and this is when Naruto's chakra awakens and destroys the seal. This conflict, like, all both of them are surprised, and then this is when Naruto's chakra forms as a baby. They're like, what? And then they're like, no, and then Kaguya's like, no, my God, she's chakra mixed with a human's DNA, making him not an Otsutsuki but a human Otsutsuki with no horns, no pale skin. Amazing. And then she's like, by this time, Black Zetsu ran away very far. And then she said, "The Black Zetsu is me, but evil version. You sealed in that the moon again started to refill and then sealed away." They were like, "What happened?" And then Kaguya was like, "That was my evil personality. I am the kind one. My evil side, which was Black Zetsu's powers, have been sealed in that moon. He'll try to rescue me, but it looks like this kid is the kid of the prophecy." The one who will rule, help protect the planet Earth. And all three of them can sense his legendary chakra. So Hamura uses all his abilities, seals himself of him. All the Otsutsuki seal inside of them, inside Naruto. But not like such a way that he'll become an Otsutsuki. He won't become an Otsutsuki, but he's sealed within them. And Naruto like dies. And he gets reincarnated. But all the Otsutsukis are still alive. When they die, they again combine with Naruto. So when Naruto forms, they'll be within Naruto. And so, you know, like when the ball, like everything goes like the canon, like but Kaguya like stays with Hamura on the moon, and Hamura and Kaguya both die. They go and mix with Naruto's chakra, and when all the Otsukis die except for that Indra and Ashura, they reincarnate. That happens. Madara versus Hashirama. That happens. Everything goes the same way. But then, before that, like they can reincarnate again into Sasuke and Naruto. This when Naruto like Hagoromo uses all his chakra and pulls both of them out of reincarnate cycle, and then he tells that how Black Zetsu has manipulated them, both of them, to fighting. And here, Indra develops a strong hatred for Black Zetsu, and he says that Kaguya black form, which is more powerful than Mother itself, her pure hatred. If it would have, it's as strong as Jigen, and it's pure hatred. It wants to take over this world, and this is your kind form of my mother. And all of them have a reunion, and they start to live, but they cannot talk much. So all of them, become stones until Naruto awakens. So let's go into the Ninetales attack. Everything goes the same, and except here Naruto has triplets, and here instead of third Hokage like normally usually sealing the like using the Reaper Death Seal in every what ifs like neglected one. I'm just gonna say that someone else someone else of the Saratobi, like a Saratobi family line, he knew how to use the Reaper Death Seal, and he sealed away all of the Ninetales. He sealed away 50% of the good Ninetales in Naruto, 25 of the evil version, like 24 in both, Menma and Mito, and 2% in Kushina. And he trusted Naruto because he can sense, all the Otsutsuki and so much kind energy from him. And so I'm just gonna say that when a person is using Reaper Destiny, he can sense a kindness in a person or evilness. And he sensed all kindness in Naruto. And so he died happily. When they saw that one of the Sarutobi member died, the third Hokage started hating Naruto. And because Naruto was like the one that, Obito tried to kill. So, like, due to him, if he wouldn't have been so damn weak and taken by Obito, nothing would have happened. Even though they knew that Naruto is a kid who cannot do anything, they just wanted someone to blame. And so they blamed it all on Naruto. Poor Naruto. And they even blamed that it was his reason that Naruto has, a beard, white hair. And they used all the dirt there and to like use some jutsus to make his hair like very ugly. And Naruto looked like when he was kid, he looked very handsome. They made him look very ugly. And they threw him on the ground saying that he is the 90th reincarnate. Like then third Hokage and fourth Hokage came up and he's like, we like to inform you that then they throw Naruto and he's like, this kid is the Ninetales reincarnation. He has the soul of Ninetales, and these two are the protectors of the Ninetales, Menma and Mito. They have mm, they have the chakra of the Ninetales, whereas that demon has the soul and he's a reincarnation of the Ninetales. Everyone started going for Naruto and they started, like hate now developed a very, very like pure like love for Mito and Menma and Mito. And I'm just gonna say that Naruto and um for Naruto they started developing a big hatred. And here Sasuke is going to be born and has a twin sister, Suki. Yeah, twin sister is going to be Suki. And in this one, in this what if, you know, the Uchiha massacre happens, but I'll tell you, there's going to be a plot twist for it. So, yeah, like the Uchiha massacre will happen, but yeah, now let's go to Naruto. At the age of 3, Naruto started to walk. For some reason, he looked like ugly. He did not know why, but he did not care about his looks. He cared more about what his heart feels. And without knowing to anyone, from the age of 3, and he acted that he was like dumb, but he was reading like Hokage's books. He learnt, like he read all the jutsu in the scroll of sealing, and he even memorized it. He did not know how, but he did memorize all the jutsus. At the age of 4, he unlocked his chakra. This is when all of them awakened. And then, you know, Ninetales was inside Naruto and was about to, like corrupt Naruto. Like, not corrupt. This is a good Ninetales. So it's like he was about to see what Naruto was going to do. This is when he senses something familiar. He says, Father? Father, is that you? Where are you? And then he sees a seal which broke out. And this is when, like, this is like the entire sewer. Oh, I mean, like, the drainage kind of thing. It turned into a, lush forest with, majestic cage where Ninetales was. And then he sees a small hut in which, Hagoromo, Kaguya, and Indra, Ashura, and Hamura were there. They used the chakra and destroyed the cage where now Ninetales was. And Ninetales also came out. And all of them started to live like a family. And they were thankful for Naruto because of him they all had reunion. But it was his duty to protect this plant as well. And so they all, started training themselves in the mind, the escape of Naruto, becoming more stronger. And Naruto in the outside world, from a very young age, he was for some reasons very strong. And so he started wearing very high weights. Nobody notices, but he wore. And that's why he's like as slow as normal kids. And this is when, he senses so much hatred from everyone. Menma, like Kushina and Minato threw him in the basement, which is very cold and had spikes, which were wantedly kept so that Naruto can suffer. And they kept these spikes, and so Naruto always, like slept on the spikes, and he was always, beaten up to a pulp. And but yet Naruto did not give up. When nobody was there at nights, he did not get to sleep. He used his chakra, he used all his time to do chakra training, meditating, and everything. And every day he goes out into the village, and he does not want to go out in the village because he gets beaten to a pulp. But he has no other choice but to go. And in this what if, Ichiraku Ramen prefers Menma more than Naruto. I know this is bad. I feel like that's bad, but yeah, this has to be. Okay, guys, and so yeah, Naruto becomes, friends with, I'll just say, I'm gonna say that Sasuke and Suki, and even though Suki sees Naruto looks very ugly, but she sees he's very kind, so she doesn't care. Same to Sasuke. Sasuke doesn't care. In this, Sasuke is going to be kind only to Naruto, and he likes. I'm going to make Sasuke have a ship with not with Sakura. Sorry, whoever is Sakura shippers, but I'm pretty sure nobody likes Sakura. Yeah, and this is going to be Naruto and the ex-Suki ship, and maybe, you know what? I'm going to add some other person in this one. Yeah. So let's continue. Now Naruto is going to be like train and train and train and train. Huh? Sorry guys, I got distracted, but anyways, let's get into the video. So Naruto is going to be, it's going to be a prodigy and a hard worker. So he trains and does not show his true self to anyone. And you may be asking, will Naruto have a dojutsu? Yes, he will have a dojutsu. Just wait and see. So at the age of, 4, Naruto, when he was walking through the village, like, Minato doesn't give a crap about Naruto. He announced to the villagers that Naruto can be done anything. You can do anything to Naruto, but except kill him, so that you guys can enjoy him suffering. And so every day they beat Naruto. Suki and Sasuke see them, Naruto being beaten by him, and Naruto knows about Nine Tails is inside of him. He tells Suki and Sasuke, thinking that if they are true friends, they won't leave him. And to be to be very surprised, they don't. And in this one, Naruto and Hinata incident never happened. And Hinata thinks Naruto is a big demon because she thinks that it was due to him that his mother died. And yeah, and I'm just gonna say, you know what? Hinabi is a twin to Hinata, and she's a prodigy. And she does not have purple hair. I'm gonna say that she's going to have pink hair. If you would have watched my previous What If series, I don't know if this will come first or that, but in that I made, Sarda. Yeah, Sarda. How she looks, I'm gonna make, she also looks the same. I'm just gonna keep the photo of, Hinabi. So this is Hinabi, and quite nice. I can't deny the fact. And most of the people, like they go for like Hinabi. You know what? Let's turn this all around. This, you know what? No, never mind. So Hinabi and Suki, they're going to be best friends, and everyone in the club, boys, even Sasuke likes and Suki. I mean, like Hinabi, and every boy likes Suki and Hinabi, except for Naruto. And now Sasuke did find out that Suki and Hinabi liked Naruto, so he left them because he wanted to find true love, not force others. He is not like canon. He's a very kind person in this one. And so at the age of 5, Naruto is like very strong. He is at the like as strong as a low. His taijutsu is as strong as high as a low Jonin level. And after making him OP man, and here Sasuke is praised by his dad. The reason is Sasuke's father saw that Naruto, thanks to Naruto, Sasuke has grown very much, and he is now able to, and Suki as well. They have three Tomoe Sharingan, and they are able to do the fire stuff, fireball jutsu. And Naruto taught them how to do Majestic Destroyer Flame. Suki is a very big prodigy, and so she learned all the jutsus that Naruto has. And Naruto cleared his own jutsu, which he did not tell them. But most of his jutsus are yet, in training stage. It hasn't gone to the stage where they are perfected. He needs to train them more to make them perfect. So that's one. Oof. Okay, guys, and I'm just gonna say, Hinata hates Naruto, and Menma always tries to go and get Hinabi. Menma likes Hinata and Hinabi, and Suki, and like Suki and Hinabi are like so beautiful that everyone wants them. Even the Hokages, even though they're so old, they just can't resist them. So that's one thing. And so when at the age of 5, when one day when Naruto was came like was in his basement thinking why he was hated, and he goes up and sees his brother and his sister being trained by his mother. And just to let you know how Menma and Mito look, Menma and Mito are Namikaze, Uchiha, Uzumaki, and but they do like only Minato had the Sharingan, but he has a very weak Sharingan, and he had an EMS. He killed some Uchiha to get it, and his EMS ability is he can't, he's so weak, he can't even summon a Susanoo. Yeah, not even a ribcage Susanoo, man. And he did not even need Sharingan because, he was Yellow Flash on the leaf. And yeah, now to the generational prodigy with Suki and I'm just gonna say, um, you know what, Hinabi. Yeah, and Hinabi is an Uchiha Hyuga. You may ask why, but I'm gonna just say that, you know what, Hinabi, she's going to be an only Hyuga twin of twin of but she has some like Hinabi has something that is special. She for some reason she does not unlock Byakugan. Yeah, I'm gonna give her like a special kind of Byakugan, and instead of having the veins come pop up that kind of looks ugly, you know her eyes turn into white, and they turn into pure green and yellow, and she's able to see 360 and all that. That's a special Byakugan without the veins, and she has no blind spot. And she's the first Hyuga who does not follow the Hyuga rules, and she learns ninjutsu based attacks, and she hates Hyuga rules, and she she learns rotation. And Hinata and Neji are very close, and they follow destinies, everything, destinies that shit, blah blah blah. And so at the age of 5, when Naruto was like looking out of the window and seeing that his brothers are training, this is when and Kushina sees Naruto, and she takes Naruto outside, like drags him outside, saying that you demon, you can't see me, see my sons. And Naruto's like, I'm sorry, mom. And Kushina uses that chakra saying then hits Naruto very bad. She's like, who do you call me mom? My name is Miss Kushina. Miss Kushina. And now it is like, yes, Miss Kushina. And now Kushina beat him to a pulp. And then Minato comes and joins as well. Then Menma and Mito. And then they take him and tie to a tree. And then this Menma and Mito are like, ready, demon? We are going to do a kunai practice. And they start throwing kunais in Naruto. Naruto starts crying like, leave, sorry. And yeah, Naruto wears gravity seals. Normally, gravity seals don't work on him. I mean, that gravity seals are something that like makes his power very low. But just for plot convenience, I'm gonna say that. So yeah, and where was I? Yeah. So they start throwing kunais at Naruto, who was crying for help, but nobody even cared about him. Like he was neglected. Like too bad, man. Even Kakashi. Just kidding. Kakashi's a very nice dude, man. Kakashi hates in this one Minato because he saw Minato was watching, Obito die, but did not give a crap. He watched, how Rin died, and after Rin died, he just left. So he did not see Obito killing everyone, and so he doesn't even give a crap about it. He just acts as if he's the Hokage and he's the most kindest person. But in the exchange, he's using Hokage's job to, his own welfarely good. And so now we are going to find out is that not at the age of 5, like I told you, like he was getting hit and he was unconscious. And Menma is going to look like has black hair. Menma has black hair, just like Minato. Yeah, Minato is going to have black hair. He's going to be called as the Black Flash of the Leaf, not yellow. Black Flash of the Leaf. And you know, mm, Mito is going to be like young Kushina. She looks like young Kushina. And so yeah, Menma is just nothing but Naruto, but in black hair and black eyes. And I'm just gonna say that for plot convenience, I know most of people, you don't want Menma Mito to have the Sharingan, but just to make them, like little bit powerful, just so that they can brag more, just so that now to be hated more, just so that yeah, now Menma and Mito both are going to have the Sharingan, one Tomoe. But their Sharingan is much 100 times weaker than normal Uchiyas. Their one Tomoe Sharingan is so pathetic that it's just not even useful. And their Mangekyous are going to be like somewhat the weakest. So yeah. And so now we'll go and Minato is praised by the entire village for creating a new bloodline, thinking that their sons are, exactly, all the bloodlines combined. But what they little know is that Naruto has all the bloodlines combined, as well as he received, the grace of the god Otsutsuki himself. So he gains a better dojutsu than all of them, and better abilities, and everything better than all of them. And so we do a little time skip to 1 hour later. This is when Naruto wakes up. He's bloody to pulp, and when he comes in, and then he goes out of the village, like goes out to shop, like to get some food. And this is when the villagers see him, and then they beat him to a very horrible pump. They beat him to such a bad extent that Naruto can't even show that he's a human or just a blood. Naruto then goes and takes a little bath, but his hair does not change because he does not, do proper bathing. He does not get a chance to. And Naruto then goes home bloody to hell, and Naruto is even hated more because he has white hair. He has, little bit like, good color skin, and though they think like they when he was born he looked very handsome and he had that bluish purplish eye, and except for the bluish purplish eye he looks so ugly. They made him like that. When Naruto comes in, then Kushin asks, "Where were you, demon?" Naruto says that you beat me up, and then Kushina just like hits him with the chakra chain. Says like, "Don't lie to us. We did not hit you. You monsters, demon. You better die." And she's like, "Then where were you?" And he was like, "Then I went to the village, and all the villagers hit him." And then Kushina started beating him to a pulp, saying, "The villagers are very kind people. They treat men by meter like gods. You demon deserve that. And I know our villagers are very kind people. They don't do it. You are a demon. That's why they do it." And and Naruto was feeling very depressed. And this is when I'm gonna say what's his name, Jiraiya is going to come with Tsunade, and they are going to say about the prophecy, saying that how Menma and Mito may be the prophecy child, and Naruto is useless. So they start training Menma and Mito more and more, and Naruto gets beaten even more. And the more like sharper the spines, everything, Naruto gets more tortured till the age of 5.5. This is when they think that Naruto is the reason why Menma and Mito are not able to progress much faster. They're still in their weak one Tomoe Sharingan. They are not able to master it. So they kick Naruto out of the house. Naruto starts crying and he goes to the forest. Now Naruto has a skill like thinking of an Hokage, like yeah, and he's as good as those clan that is good at like Shikamaru. War art, like Hokage assistant is Shikamaru. His intelligence is that high, and so yeah, Naruto starts to read more books, and after 5 days that he was kicked out of the house, he was in the woods and he fell unconscious. This is when he met, the sage of six paths and all of the, Otsutsuki's in within him. I mean, yeah. And this is his Kurama. For the first, he was like, a little bit scared, but then he was like, "Oh, you're such a cute, fluffy fox." Kurama was expecting him to be like scared and then run away, but he was like jumping on him. He's like, "So, what's your name, Ninetales?" I know your name is not Ninetales. You may have one name, right? And Ninetales was like, "It's QB." Naruto gets angry and starts, hitting Ninetales tail, saying that, "I know your name is not QB. Tell me your real name, come on." And then Kurama is like, "Maybe this kid really is the child of prophecy." And he says, "Kurama." And Naruto's like, "Oh, that's such a good name." And then the Sage of Six Paths, chuckling, comes out and is like, "Well, it's nice to meet you, Naruto." And Naruto's like, "Who are you? Wait, those orbs. You guys are Otsutsukis. You are the Sage of Six Paths." He does not say Otsukis, but he says, "Oh, you are the Sage of Six Paths with those purple eyes. Amazing." And then the Sage of Six Paths is like, "You are more amazing than me. We are part of you. When you were a kid, we fused with you completely. You just like have to refuse with us again, but we won't die. Our souls will stay in your mind and they will help you out when needed. Like you can switch places with us, but you'll have all our powers." Now it was like amazing, but then like, Indra comes in and is like, "But you need to," and then Kaguya comes in, she's like, "You need to train your body." And so in the mindscape, all of them start training Naruto. I'm gonna say that 2D Naruto is sleeping in the real world, and this is when Naruto like in that in the training world trains like shit, and then he's like, "Now go. You have trained very much. You're very strong. Now go to the real world and you train there. And after when you're good enough, we'll fuse with you. And every night we'll keep training you." So Naruto accepts, and after 2 days, when he wakes up in the real world, he sees that he's in a completely new surrounding. And he wakes in that mindscape he trained for 2 years. So yeah, he wakes up and sees this small house, and then he sees, you know, I'm gonna say that Hinabi hates her family because they keep the bird cage seal on everyone, and they see that Hinabi has the most specialist eyes, and Hinabi escapes, and she comes to the Uchiha compound and lives with Uchihas. And Hinabi is so special that Minato wants his daughter, his son, to marry, Hinabi, Hinata, and Suki, because Suki is a pure Uchiha, like Sasuke in this one. And so Naruto meets he's like, where am I? And Suki and Hinabi, they hug Naruto and they're like, oh, we missed you. You were like asleep for 2 days. We thought that something happened to you. And Naruto's like, oh, I'm sorry, guys. And this is when Fugaku, like Shizu and Itachi like Naruto. They don't hate him. They see that Naruto's traveling through so much suffering. And then Naruto says that, well, um, Fugaku, well, Itachi, brother Itachi, do you mind if I stay with you from today onwards? I'm kicked out of my house. And then he explains that how, the prophecy thingy, and how they thought men and Mito were the prophecy children and kicked him out. This infuriated all the people in the Uchiha house. And then Naruto goes, adds, well, I'm the reincarnation. I have the stage of six paths. Hamura Otsutsuki, Kaguya Otsutsuki, Indra Otsutsuki, and Ashura Otsutsuki inside of me, sealed with nine tails, which is a good version of it. And everyone's jaw dropped. Like, wait, what? And then Naruto activates his, pre-Tomoe Sharingan. And all of them are like baffled and they're like, how do you have it? And Naruto's like, well, I am an Uchiha as well as I have all of them. And they told me that I have my own dojutsu too. I am an Otsutsuki human. And this, impresses everyone. And then Naruto and Sasuke, Suki, and, Hinabi have much better bond. And I'm just gonna say, like, they train so much that they're literally, man, like, Sasuke is now at present in mid-jonin level. Like, by the age of two, like before the Uchiha massacre, he was mid-jonin level. Suki is high jonin level. Naruto is low Kage level, and Hinabi is like mid-jonin level. And so here Itachi doesn't tell anyone the truth, and I'm going to say that Shizui taught him, helped Naruto learn all the jutsus from the Scroll of Sealing and improved his body flicker. All three of them body flickers are better than even Shizui's. And so now let's go to, do the Shunin, the Uchiha massacre. Uchiha massacre still happens, but it was for other reasons. Uchihas did not, fight. The reason the Uchiha massacre happened was, like, like when my Mito asked for. And I'm just gonna say that Hyuga clan found out that Hinabi was with the Uchihas, and Hinabi herself said she would want to live with the Uchihas. This infuriated the Hyugas, and Minato wanted them all to marry his son, and he the Hyuga Hayashi agreed on that, and so he killed Shizui and took his both eyes. He implanted one in himself, implanted one in Danzo. And they both used their Kotamatsukami and forced Itachi to kill the clan. And what they did not know was Naruto Shadow Clone was watching, wasn't there, but when they killed the Uchiha massacre happened. Naruto and all of them were training. When they came back, they saw everything. All of them had tears from their eyes. Naruto and Sasuke were now called each other them brothers. And Suki and Hinabi both have feelings for Naruto. But after this, all of them started crying. And then after 2 days, they all ran out from the villages. After 2 days, this is when Naruto gets information from his chakras, and then he sees now Sasuke crying, and he's like, "We have to save Itachi." And then now Sasuke goes angry and is like, "Emo is like, why will I save Itachi? And then he's like, and my first goal is to kill Itachi and start my Uchiha clan. And you are a god being. You can do everything. Why not do anything? Why do you always act as if you're the weak guy? And then Naruto goes, I don't have much strength. I haven't unlocked it. But now I guess I'll have to fuse with everyone. It will be very, very painful for me, but okay. And I'll have to train with their power. But now I want to tell you something, guys, very important. Sasuke did not want to listen, and then Naruto goes, do you think, Sasuke, that Itachi left you because they wanted to try like kill the Uchiha clan just to check his for his powers? I found that a very important truth, and this like was like caught everyone's attention. They all were in the forest, so nobody knew that Naruto, Sasuke, Suki, and Hinabi were in the forest. And so Sasuke took Naruto's collar and he's like, "What do you mean?" And Naruto like big slaps Sasuke away, and he's like, and he was like, "Suki, I know you are angry, but Suki's like, no, I know my brother did it for some reason." And even Hinabi now thinks that I know, like Itachi as his brother, and she's also like, "Yeah, I know that." And then Naruto smiles and he says, "Itachi is married to Kate." And all of them are like, "What?" And then Naruto goes, "Well, Minato wanted you guys, like, Minato wanted Sasuke to marry his, daughter, Mito, aka my abusive sister. And he wants you, Suki, and sorry, Hinabi. I got just Hinaba, what the hell, man? Hinabi, to marry, you know, Menma, so that he can get, your legendary, you know, you know, I'm gonna say Sharingan, your legendary Sharingans, and your special Byakugan in this in boiled rage in all of them. And then now it was like, well, and just to let you guys know, in this what if, I'm gonna say that Naruto Shadow Clone saved, what is it called? What is his name? He saved one of Naruto's Shadow Clones, which was like roaming in the forest. It saved training. It saved Shizui, and other Shadow Clone. One of another Shadow Clone was in the Uchiha massacre at that time, and he was able to save Izuma Uchiha. And he tells that he saved them both, but he was not able to save others. But at least this made them very happy. And then he takes them to the place where they both are lying in a waterfall, secretly hidden somewhere outside the leaf. And then they go, and Naruto combines with, like, he goes in meditational forms, and he combines with all of them. And this Naruto starts screaming in the real world. All of them, like, Sasuke knows how to do some healing jutsus. Sakura, Suki and Hinabi too. They all start, healing Naruto, and the pain is just too much. And huh? And so, yeah, Naruto starts screaming, and they all use their healing abilities, and they heal Naruto as much possible. Now, after all this, Naruto, after like 2 days, when all the villagers searching for all of these people, Naruto's finally turned up. And just to guys let you know one small disclaimer. Now I'm going to do something very interesting. And then Naruto, both of them, Hinabi and Hinata. Hinabi and Suki, they saw Naruto's like skin change. Like before, like when they brought Naruto home, they saw so many ceiling tags and they removed it. This is when they saw Naruto's handsome look. This, and that's when they had their nose bleeding. But they saw that Naruto had they were not able to see Naruto's face clearly because every day he was getting beaten, so they could not see his face. But they saw his blue eyes, and they saw his like, little bit brown skin and his like red, like, little bit brownish hair. And now when Naruto screaming, and then he after that, due to the healing, they see so many seals on Naruto more, and they remove all of these, and this is when they see Naruto's pure looks, and they get nosebleed, and the both of them get tomato red, and they fall down. They like Naruto for who he is, but now they see that their boyfriend that is supposed to be, that he is going to be, is this handsome. And then Sasuke like chuckled to himself saying that these two both likes his Naruto. And Naruto's like, what? Both of you guys, what happened? Just wake up, man. I don't want to lose you guys too. And then both of them stand up and they have very big bleedings and they cover with bandages and it's like nothing, 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 Naruto. Let's continue. And Naruto, they were able to heal Shizui, and Naruto had the Sun and Moon seal, so he's able to bring Shizui back his eyes. And Naruto's like, well, I think after the academy, and just to guys let you guys know, and Kakashi trains Naruto and Suki, Hinabi, and Sasuke, and he knows about Naruto's secret. So Naruto goes to Kakashi and explains all the truth. Kakashi is pure infuriated. He hates the leaf now because the leaf, like they think Obito is pathetic, and they like when Obito and died. From then onwards, whenever we see Kakashi, and they're like, he's such a powerful ninja. That stupid Obito Uchiha was weakened, and now Kakashi always hated that. He shouted at the villagers not to call that, but all of them did, and he hates the village very much. So um, Naruto tells them a plan, and all of them agree on it. Even if Shizui, who woke up with Izuma, their mission was to rescue Itachi. And so we'll do a little bit time skip when they go to the academy. Everyone saw this new kid with white hair, that blue eyes. Even like Mito was blushing like, who is this kid? And just to let you guys know, from kids they never saw like Naruto's hair. Even Minato forgot about that hair. So did third Hokage and I forgot her name, and it is, yeah, Kushina. And here our power of youth guy, might guy, he sees that Rock Lee is full of hatred, but he, without knowing to Rock Lee, trains all four of them, like Naruto and Suki and all of them. And so yeah, now let's do a time skip. Naruto and this is now class top, and nobody knew that Naruto, his name was Naruto. Like he requested Iruka Sensei, like never, like they never told Naruto's name. They registered, Kakashi registered Naruto as you know mini Kakashi Hatake. And at the last day, like in the entrance exam, like to become Chunin, when all the teams were like being arranged, and the sparring session, it was the first time that Menma versus Naruto, and the fight began, and all the clan leaders were seeing it, and Naruto obliterated Menma. All were surprised that Menma, the strongest kid, was defeated. Naruto acted to be the most weakest, but smartest in studies and good at kunai throwing, but not in strength. And now they see, they're like, what? And he was like, I was holding back. My name is Naruto Uchiha Uzumaki. And then all of them remember the blue eyes, and they're like, you demon. And they started hating him. But then girls could not do anything because they they know that everyone calls him a demon, but he's too handsome to be called a demon. So that pretty much goes to waste. And so the teams are arranged, not like in canon. Sakura is going to be in like, I'm going to say, another team, and I'm going to say that everyone the team is going to be like Kakashi, Sasuke, Naruto, like Hinabi, and Suki, Menman Mito, with the second joining leader to be Menman Mito and Sakura, with our second leader, which is going to be none other than our Kakashi. I'm sorry, Red Death, Kushina Uzumaki. And so yeah, and the bell test happens. Minato was in his Okage's office, and you can just say that I don't want to say, like do about their dreams. But you know what? I'll just tell their dreams. Kakashi says, like his canon. Kushina then says, he's an idiot. I'll do it. My name is, my name is Kushina Uzumaki, and my likes are my two kids and my family. My dislikes are the demon. My likes, wants, my goal is to be the strongest Konohichi and some trash. All right. And just to let you guys know, Naruto and Sasuke both are reaching Ichi paradise. And when you know, Suki and Hinabi. Why do I get Hinaba? Never mind, Hinabi. Sees them both reading the book, they slam their heads to their hands and they're like always, that let's go home and then we'll do something too bad to them. And they can sense, like Naruto and Sasuke can sense the letters, and they close the book and sit sweating from the from top of their head. And then Sasuke does his emo speech, not emo. He's very happy speech. He's like, my goal, my name is Sasuke Uchiha, and my goal is to make sure that my loved ones are safe. My another goal is to rebuild my clan. My third goal is to bring back someone back to the village. Kushina, being an idiot, does not know. And then Naruto goes. Naruto, the Hinabi goes, and she says she likes ramen. She likes to hang out with Naruto and her loved ones, and she has a goal which is not none of their business. And Suki's like, she tells like Hinabi, but she says, I want to, I want to bring back someone back. And then Naruto and then Menma and Mito, they are just useless trash. Menma is like, I want to be Hokage. Mito is like, I want to be the best Konohichi. They work like ramen. And Naruto, he says that he likes ramen. He likes to hang out with, his girls. And yeah, they both are official. I'm not, he just calls them, but he isn't yet. Okay, guys, and he says that he likes to hang out with his family, not your family. He says, pointing his fingers to Kushina, and yeah, that's it. And he then says, Kushina was confused, but he thought that, yeah, that's just useless. And then Naruto, actually, by this time, Naruto actually gave some chakra to all three of them. So now Suki has Renegan in both eyes, but she can activate and deactivate it. All of them, like Sasuke and Suki, has Mangekyo. They have EMS now. They replace the eyes. And Naruto has a special dojutsu, which I'll bring it up soon. So yeah, let's get into the video. And so then Kakashi tells about the bell test, and he leaves. Now Kushina, who is still there, she takes her two kids and leaves with Sakura. Sakura does her canon useless talk, and she says that she wants to be with Menmakan and Sasuke-kun. And she leaves. Not body flickers, she just walks away. And you know, I'm just gonna say that, what is it? Kushina, she takes her both kids on her shoulder and then body flickers away. And Naoto knew about all of them, like the rest of them who are sitting there, they knew about the bell test, and so they were like, let's make a strategy. And they do. The next day, yeah, like now all of them eat and they come, and they come early because Kushina comes early. She brought Kakashi with her, and so Kakashi and they do the bell test. And here's the thing that is going to be very different. Naruto, and in this bell test, is going to be different as Naruto, as they say go. Naruto, Suki, there are only four bells, okay guys? Four. Naruto, Suki, Sasuke, and Hinabi. They all run so fast, they blitz everyone, and they take, like, without anyone knowing, they take the bells and they make the shadow clones disguise as bells, and then they keep the bells in the pocket and they run away, and they make clones, and then they do some time pass. They don't show any of their abilities. They just say taijutsu, ninja shuriken throw, and all that. And once everything was over, and she came you know, like Kushina came and she's like, we have to tie Naruto to the to the tree because he was the most useless one. And I say that Menma and Mito pass because they are the most best people who showed more of the talent. And Sasuke, Suki and Hinabi pass. This is now all of them are like, well, sorry, but Naruto pass as well as he takes all of them take out the belts and they're like, all of them say like, Kushina sees her two belts and Kakashi sees his two belts and then those belts turn into shadow clones and the poof. Both of them white the white and they're like, demon, that must be your demonic trick that you got a belt. Or I know your teammates helped you to get the belts. And then Naruto's like, that's not my problem. My teammates helped me to get the belts. We did teamwork and we passed. And then they all leave. Kakashi leaves as well. And then before Kakashi leaves and he says, you three are not passing. You guys did not show any teamwork. You all did everything on your own solo. And so you all do not all fail. And now I meet her like, you can't fail us. Our father is the Hokage. We are this elite Uchiha. We are the strongest. Our father is the fourth Hokage. Yeah, the black flash of the leaf. You can't fail us. We'll tell to our father. And then Kakashi is like, go ahead and try. I don't give a crap. And so, Menma, Minato heard about this. He was very angry, but he called Kakashi in. And he told that you must take them. They are the prodigies of this year. And just to let you guys know, Menma is an idiot. Same as Mito. They just give you, the test papers with all the answers. So that's how they, pass. And, Kakashi's like, they do not show any teamwork. And I don't take anyone without teamwork. And so, Minato was angry but gritting his teeth. But he's like, okay, these three will be a team. So, let's get going. Now, let's time skip to 1 month. This is the time with Zabuza mission. This is when, team, I'm going to say team, they are called team best. Kushina's team. Just for the sake of the plot, I just named them team best. Even though they're the worst. They are given the C rank mission, which turns into an A rank, and they are they wanted, help from Zav, another team. This is when Team 7 comes and they are sent to the Tazuna mission. Now when Tazuna comes and sees that these Gennings and this sensei, he's like, in his mind, he's like, thank goodness they got some strong team. These brats could not even do anything. That useless pink hair shit, trash can, and the red hair hot head sensei, and the red head hot head idiotic stupid girl, and the black haired useless. And this is when team 7 comes in, is like, that kids are amazing. That boy with the white hair looks so ripped. That pink hair girl, she has double color hair eyes. That's something sick. That girl with blue eyes, black hair. And yeah, I'll just show you how Suki looks. Yeah, so this is how Suki looks. So yeah, let's continue. Man, and that sensei, he looks dope. And that boy, man, that boy also looks sick. Sasuke looks like his canon part, but he's kinder. And so when these teams comes, Menma Mito are gritting their teeth seeing Naruto. The demon and all the trash they keep saying in all the way. This is when Zabuza appears. Now Naruto catches the sword, same as Sasuke, and Sasuke starts fighting Zabuza, and Zabuza was completely baffled that he is able to wield the executioner's blade, and Zabuza dodges all his attacks and he's like, "You brat, give me my executioner's blade!" And then this is when Menma comes and he's like, Rasengan! Rasengan! And of course, Menma is useless. So he does a stupid Rasengan and it does not even work. So, like, it was just like, the worst Rasengan, an incomplete version. And Meteor does the same, but it's a little bit giant one. And just to guys let you know, they both have very less chakra. They are not complete Uzumaki, so they don't have very high chakra. Whereas Naruto is more like he's an Otsutsuki, so he has very high chakra. This is when Naruto activates his dojutsu, which is this, and I'm going to call it the God's Eye Time Gun, but I'll call it God's Eye. This eye can control and has entire control over reality and time itself. So, yeah, he's pretty much the godly being. Like so, he can like control reality in every way he wants. So Naruto simply just picks up, Zabuza and just kicks him around like toying with him, and then he uses his reality gun to stop time. I mean, like God gun. I mean, sorry, God's eye to stop time, and he goes to Zabuza, who is who is the only one who's not stopping time, and his team, and he tells everyone the plan, and even Haku. He brings Haku out, and he tells the plan to even Haku. Haku is still a boy, and he was blushing when he saw both the girls, but then he told those are my girls. This made like Suki and Hinabi very red, and they were blushing and they just fainted with bleeding nose. Now it was like okay, but anyways, so he explains the plan and he tells them to leave. Once they leave, he gives the executor's blade and tells Zabuto to leave. Then he resumes to reality and time, and he says that they ran away. And so the bridge building up here happens, and Kushina train everyone except for our team 7, the new team 7, which is our four lovely people with Kakashi. They don't train, they do meditate. And Kakashi doesn't know about Obito, nor does Naruto. And so yeah, Obito's and Naruto makes Kakashi's eyes like very powerful, so he does not go blind now. So that's a good thing for Kakashi. And he found out that he has the Mangekyo, and his body does not have much strain with the Mangekyo or the Sharingan, and he has very high chakra reserves. So that's very good for him. And so now let's time skip after the mission, when like at the bridge, when all the bandits comes to kill them. This is when Naruto uses the reality gun and makes a reality ability to make like all of their vanish away out of existence, like Thanos snap. Yeah, that happens. And he can control reality. That means he can make Kushina die, but he does not want that. He wants them to suffer. He wants them to kill like with like pure happiness. And he's not a psychopath here. He wants to have peace as well. So yeah. Naruto then uses all of his abilities and you know kill like so fast. He runs so fast and cuts Gato's head and then throws it to the mob of villagers who were so happy that Gato is dead. And the bridge is again named the Great Naruto Bridge. And so yeah, now when Kushina tells about Naruto's having a special dojutsu, because they sold the dojutsu for a second, and when the dojutsu was on, like all the like mobs just became sand. And so, and just to let you know, nobody can have wield this dojutsu that Naruto has, only he can. And he told all his teammates. And Sasuke also has Rinnegan, and Hinabi has Tenseigan. So when Naruto comes to the mission report with his team, Kakashi, this is Minato acts as if he's a very like kind guy, and says Naruto, why not he comes back to our house? Now what he thinks is that due to all the bloodlines fusing, he Naruto got those eyes. So and he thinks that like that must be like some kind of all bloodlines combined. He got that door too. Even Menma and Mito will unlock even better version of it. So he thinks that it's just better that if I just rip out his eyes. So I'll just bring him house and then torture him. And then he's like, my son, why not you come to my house? And Naruto laughs and says, well, I'm not your son for the first thing. You disobeyed me. The thing is, when I was born, you did not took me as your son. And my father, Fugaku Uchiha, adopted me with your own permission. This is, a backstory when, Fugaku wanted to adopt Naruto and he goes to the Hokage office and he says, I want to adopt someone. Minato does not give a crap and he's like, alright, I'll just sign it. And he just signs it away. He's not reading or seeing anything and he just goes to his work. And he sends his Hanbus to like look after his precious little beans. And yeah, that's how that went. So when now, like, Minato hears this, he gets frustrated and he's like, no, I never told him, I never allowed him to adopt you. And then Naruto shows the adopt papers and he's like, well, these are a copy of those. And yet, you did adopt me. You disobeyed me when I was a kid and disowned me when I was a kid. And now I'm adopted by someone. And I have a very powerful dojo and you want me here? And Minato tries to grab his eyes. And then he just dodges and he's like, you see my team? This is how he is. And then Menma was earlier before all of this deal and he requested his father. So he's like, Hinabi and Suki, you guys will marry my daughter no matter what. And then Sasuke's like, so that you can get your Sharingan in your clan, and then your children will be more powerful, and you will be like the grandson of a very powerful people. And then Naruto is like, these two are the child of prophecy. They have very powerful people. They're reincarnation of very powerful beings. They'll make this change the reality of this entire world, not the demon. And then now and then all of them like, and then he was like, and if you marry my sons, they're Uzumakis, you'll have a very high chakra reserves, so you'll be very lucky. And then all of them just like deny. And then Minato was like gets super pissed off and he tries to take Naruto's eyes like so many times, but he fails. And then Naruto controls reality and he makes Minato say this, changes Minato's mood and makes Minato say that, now, Naruto, you are kicked, banished from this Leaf Village. And he goes in front of the Hokage's office and says to everyone, like shouts from the Hokage's office to the villagers. All the villagers start cheering up. Yeah, the demon is finally leaving. Yeah, the brat leaves. We don't need him. And then Kakashi comes in and like he's like, this was the plan. And Kakashi's like, if you are leaving, then I'm leaving. And then now, for some reason, Minato was very angry. None of them knew, but they're like, yeah, I can banish the copy ninja from the Leaf Village with Sasuke Uchi. And then Sasuke Uchiha comes in and Suki and Hinabi are like, we hate you, old bitch. We don't want you and your son. They are stupid. And they keep saying some bad things. And they're like, if Naruto Khan is leaving, we are leaving as well. And for some, even though like Minato, for some reason, he just shouted, yeah, even these brats are leaving. And then all of them like started smirking to themselves, and then all of them leave. After sometime when he cooled down, then he realized his mistakes. He's like, oh no, but why did I get suddenly so angry, and why did I say those words? I did not mean any of those. And he was so confused, and he was like, ah, the brat Naruto, he has some weird dojutsu and all that trash. And I'm gonna say that Naruto went to the Cloud Village, and he told that he's a rogue ninja, and he gave the scroll of sealing to the Cloud Village, and he told that this is a scroll of sealing and some money. And he revived, with reality gun, with reality ability, he revived the previous Raikage. And the Raikage, seeing that his father, was very happy and started hugging him, and then told that, as you revived my father, I can do anything for you. And Naruto was like, anything? And then the Raikage was like, anything. Naruto was like, I'm going to create my own village. I just want a peace treaty between your village. Your villagers can live in my village. My villagers can live in your village. Is that okay with you? And this made even like him more happier. He's like, yes. And so Naruto then smiled and he told that I'm going to make my village in Whirlpool Village. You guys can be our first allies. And they agreed. Naruto then went to the Whirlpool Village. with all his team members. And then he created over hundreds of shadow clones. And as all of them got some Otsuki chakra in them, they like got like some six paths abilities and all those. Like Sasuke, like six paths power made Kakashi's eyes never go blind. Six paths power made Sasuke have one nine to six to Rinnegan. Six paths power made I mean like six paths power made him, what is that called? Suki get two double Rinnegans but no Tomoes. And six paths powers. Like pink Rinnegan that too, okay guys? And six paths power. Make Suki get I mean Hinabi get 10 second. They clean up the entire Uzumaki and they rebuild it. And at the same time, their other clones travel through the about the world, and then they recruit some more people. This is when one of the shadow clones find out Itachi. He's joined the Akatsuki and he's going towards the like Leaf village, and he is hunting down, doing some missions. This is when Naruto, Sasuke, and Suki and Hinabi, all of them leave Kakashi to do the work, and all of them go to where the shadow clone instructed them to. He got message from. When he reached there, he saw his shadow clones, spying on Itachi, and Itachi notices Naruto and he starts attacking him. And this is when Sasuke uses all his power and Suki, and they both kill Itachi. And they all of them kill Itachi, and I'm gonna say, like the sharp guy. What is his name, guys? I don't know, man. They took Samehata from him, and Naruto like Samehata liked him, and so he took Samehata with him, and he used the King of Hell to revive Itachi, and he used his powers and made Itachi like, and he pulled out Itachi's both eyes. He gave each of them to Suki and Sasuke, who removed one of their eyes and they kept in Itachi. So all of them have internal Monkey Kim Sharingan. So Suki has Itachi's and Sasuke's. Sasuke has Suki's and Itachi's, and Itachi has Sasuke and Suki's. So yeah, and when they reach to the to their I'm gonna say Whirlpool village, they see this beautiful Whirlpool village with so many villagers. Yeah, they bought some like they adopted some villages, and they only took kind people. And out of this reality gun to bring some kind people. I mean, reality gun is his ability. I'm gonna call it. Okay, guys. His eye, eye is called God's eye. He was able to bring some kind people, and he gave some summonings to he got so many ninjas as well. He got the six utakata, the six tails Jinchuriki. He got the seven tails Jinchuriki Fu. She was banished from her village. Then Gara, he was also banished from his village and all of his brothers. And Naruto was able to like make Gara again sleep and have his happy life. He and Fu and Sasuke started to like each other, and when they like, then one day Sasuke was like, "Fu, do you wanna go eating with me?" And Fu was like so blushing, like she's like a date, and Sasuke was like completely red, and Naruto was like, "Oh, someone has a crush." Go nuts, and then Sasuke was like, "At least I'm better than you. You have both my sister and her. I like her. You have two people. I have at least one. I'm better than you." And Sasuke, Naruto's like, "I am better than you, man. I have two girlfriends and you have only one." And then Sasuke's like, "You know what? Fuck you." And then Naruto gets angry. He's like, "What did you say to me?" And the evil grin comes on Naruto's like face, and Sasuke's like, "Oh, nothing, nothing," and he just runs away. And Naruto follows him with pan, and he just hits him with a pan, knocks him out. And next day he wakes up and he goes to a date with Pooh. Naruto, goes to both of them and calls them through a mountain place. And I also want to tell you that there's one guy. He even took so many other like people who are hated by the villagers. And Roshi, he took Roshi, He took even Karin, and Karin likes Naruto, but then she found out that Naruto likes others, so she had to quit when she started liking Sasuke. She likes Naruto more, but she doesn't care. And Sasuke got Karin and his harem, and then Naruto comes to Sasuke and is like, I see even Karin likes you, eh? And you come with me and telling me that I'm the one who takes all the girls. And Sasuke is like blushing like shit and is like, shut up and leave me. And Naruto's like, he's excited to laugh, and then he goes to his mountain where he meets all his girls, and he's like, two of his girls, which are, he only has two girls, okay, guys? And he goes to Suki and he proposes to her, saying that, will you be my girlfriend? This kind of makes, Hinabi very sad. Like, she thinks that he does not like me. And when she was about to leave, and Naruto's another shadow clone comes and he's like, will you like me? He gives her flower, and both of them are like super red, and they're like, yes. And then real Naruto comes out and he's like, then will you guys be my girlfriends? And both of them said yes, and then all of them go on a date. And this is not the part I'm going to end. So yeah, stay here, guys. And Naruto's going to be, be like over at the he's 13 years old and he's Madara level, Madara and Hashirama combined level. Sasuke is all of them even talk to Sage of Six Paths, and then all the people in his mindscape. And Sasuke has the Moon Seal, and his both girlfriends have the Sun Seals, and Naruto himself has both the seals. And Itachi is very happy that his best friend is alive, and his girlfriend is alive as well. So he was very, very, very thankful to Naruto. And I'm gonna say that Shizui, he fell in love with, and I'm gonna say, and then soon they like rebuilt the Whirlpool village, and they rebuilt the Uchiha Uzumaki clans, and Naruto has all three Genkai. So he's technically a Senju also, but he uses a reality gun to bring back some Senjus, and he brings back all the Hokages back to life. And the first Hokage is Kakashi. Like, I'm gonna say that first Kage is Kakashi. And the village is called Village Hidden in Happiness. So yeah, and Naruto's village, he has such a super powerful sealing techniques that even hardly an Otsutsuki can enter. And his village is like so beautiful. Like, only if any person has negative emotions, that person can will be sensed. And there is a very high sensory ninjas. And Naruto, like the village in the happiness, all know that Naruto is the one who created the village with his girlfriends, and Sasuke with his girlfriends. But the first Kage is supposed to be them, but it's Kakashi. For now, when he grows up, he'll become the Kage, and they all know it. And all of them, like, they hate Leaf, and Uchiha clan was able to revive some of them. Out of them, there was this girl called Kiyomi, whom Shizui fell in love with, and they are dating. And some of the Uchihas, mm, who are like not very powerful elite Uchihas, pure Uchihas like Sasuke, but those Uchihas went to Cloud. Some Hyugas went to Cloud, and some Uzumakis also went to Cloud. And Naruto, Sasuke, and all his girlfriends, both of theirs, they learned all the sealing techniques, and they made the most unbreakable seal around their village. And they created a jutsu by which if anyone is at the village is under attack, they go to a secret place where there is so much security that nothing can attack. It's like an extra village under very powerful seals that nobody can enter or sense them. And soon, in the five great nations, the sixth great nation came, and Cloud is the first ally to it. And of course, Sand found out that Gara is a perfect Jinchuriki now. They wanted Gara back, and I'll just say that you know it was time for the Chunin exams, and Orochimaru killed him, killed the Kage, and the tuning exam still happens, and this is when everyone see these some people with mask on, and these people, right, they are like so much prodigy type. When the first exam, like when like they enter the tuning exam, they see the genjutsu, and they are like, man, even a baby can find out that it's a genjutsu. Like one of the masked men, which is Naruto, says this out so loud. Whoever is the genin or chun or even a jonin who kept his genjutsu, they must be the weaklings. And all the chunins were super angry that they have been, like, their reputation is being hurt, like discouraged, and they get furious, but they cannot do anything. And then they start making fun of all the leaf ninjas and all that. And the next part of the tuning exams begins, and like, this is when the like the mass people come into the like where the waiting room. And this is when, just to let you guys know, the security of the whirlpool, the hidden village in the happiness, is unbreakable, but they still leak some informations. So some information about all of them is with I'm gonna say with who, man? Oh yeah, with Kabuto. And Kabuto, then they ask about the the village in the happiness, and happiness have the Uzumaki symbol on their headbands. And then Kabuto goes, oh well, those people are one of the very powerful genins. And he goes to Gara. He was all this sand, rogue ninja now. He's a part, not a rogue ninja. He's been kicked out of his village, and he's and and he completed over 20 S rank missions, in 5 A rank, and 17 B ranks, and 8 D ranks. All of them were like, what? He did so many S ranks, and then they go upon to cover all of them, and then he goes, now the strongest team of their village, Naruto. Then he goes from like Sasuke Uchiha, and like Sasuke Uchiha, and Sasuke removes, and this is like Sasuke Uchiha. I mean, Team 7, Sasuke Uchiha, Naruto, um, Naruto Otsutsuki, and then they're like Hinabi, Otsutsuki, and they are like Suki Otsutsuki. And they're like Otsutsuki, and then they all remove their mask, and they like they remove their hoodies, and everyone sees them, and they're like, what? And then it goes, Kabuto shouts, is like, what? 80 S rank missions, 79 A rank missions, 53 B rank missions, and D 15 missions, and they're Anbus of their village. They're already joining level plus, and all of them were like, these guys are going to be threat. And Manma was boiling with rage, so is Kiba, and all the others, Konoha 12. And so the tuning exam happens. The Forest of Death, they just get some scroll from a random weakling team, and they just they take four, in a single minute, they get 4 Earth Scrolls and 4 Heaven Scrolls, and then he uses his amazing body freckles, and he goes he reaches the final exit. And for the second part of the and for Gara's team, they have Sama Pass. Gara is not a psycho; he does not kill anyone. And so this is the third part of the Chunin exams. And Naruto versus Kiba. Naruto wins with a complete destruction. Like he just gives his 2 fingers and touches Kiba in the head, almost destroying Kiba. Sasuke wins just by doing a majestic fire roar. And Suki wins. She does a lightning stream on her, so any some opponent, and like everyone pass. Here, that's the only thing is that Menma, Mito, Suki and Hinabi are there. So yeah, now it was 1 month training, and all of them wanted to ask how are they strong, how did they get so many missions and all that. But then before anyone can ask, Naruto catches all of them, and then he winks at all of them and his entire village, which is, I mean, his all his friends and all his teams. He teleports them to the his village, and then if anyone marked Naruto with a flying Raijin, remember guys this, they cannot enter the village. The flying Raijin mark will vanish away if it's on Naruto or any one of Naruto's village. And so and when like Minato, he wanted to touch Naruto when before Naruto was going, like going for the exam, and he kept the flying Raijin marker on Naruto, and he tries to go into the village but he doesn't. So he gets frustrated and he leaves. And Naruto starts to learn how to do Sage Arnold and summoning. Naruto summons this guy. His name is, I'm gonna call him El Drago. Yeah, El Drago. Yeah, and he's the ultimate summoning. And so he learns from him the dragon sage mode and all about dragons and how powerful they are, how to do blue fireball jutsus and all of it, how to use his dojutsu much better. And all of their friends, like, they get their summoning. Now Sasuke gets hawk summoning, and Suki gets phoenix, and Hinabi also gets phoenix because they are like Naruto's girlfriends and all that. And I'm just gonna say that Fu gets a bug summoning beetle, and I don't care about you know I don't care about Karin, so you leave it in the comments. And Kakashi does not have the dog summoning anymore. He has the dog summoning, but he also has a lion summoning. Yeah. So just to let you guys know. And now Naruto is like OP. And so 1 month is over, and Naruto has mastered all of all the techniques of Hagoromo and all that, and now he's like, I'm gonna say Kaguya level. Above Kaguya level. He's easily above Kaguya level. He's above Ishiki level. He's like on his own level, man. And he does not use dojutsu very much. If he does, he's a god. That no one can beat him. So I'm gonna start next finals of the junior exams tomorrow, and see you guys. And just to let you know, Orochimaru joined the the Whirlpool Village. from them. So that evil versions are stronger than their normal versions. So they are still there, but like evil versions are black in color. So Obito is in the village, and he's the Hokage with you know Kakashi. So Whirlpool village is like, I mean, the village hidden in the happiness is the most powerful village, and is the ally with the Cloud. And Cloud village is very happy with the others, because when they are in problems, the village hidden in the happiness is giving them money and sharing power with them. And Cloud village kept a promise that they'll never attack their village. They are like, they created a secret pathway to their villages. But if anyone is evil, they won't be allowed to enter the village in the happiness. So yeah, and and I'm gonna just end this video right here, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. See you in the next video. Bye. Just kidding. I just want to tell you one more thing about this. Hidden in the happiness has made alliance with Stone Village, because the Stone Village hates Minato. They made an alliance with the Stone Village and Mist Village. They helped the rebels in the Mist Village to do it, but Akatsuki took the third. The they took the Three Tails Jinchuriki away. So that's one thing. We don't need to worry about that. Akatsuki is still going to be there, and Nagato, who is with the village hidden in the happiness, but his dark version is with with at his real renegades, and his dark version is with Black Zetsu. But Naruto was able to give him, normal eyes, not renegades, and he was able to summon back Yahiko. So Yahiko and Konan, and Nagato fell in love with some another Uzumaki, which is we don't give a crap, and so does Haku. Haku falls in love with an Uzumaki. So yeah, I mean there are very less Uzumakis, but Naruto revived some. And now let's go to the finals of the Chunin exams. And this is where I'm going to end this part for real, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Please like and share this video and subscribe, guys. And I'm just in one subscriber. I'm doing my best, guys. I'm getting 14 views. So if you guys are watching this, please, guys, subscribe. Thank you, guys.